Welcome back, guys. I'm Reggie Scales and I've helped hundreds of students pass the TOEFL exam already. Many are right here in America with us. And the purpose of this video is because I want to show you 5 habits that they use to guarantee to pass that exam. If you feel like it's a lot of effort to be able to pass the TOEFL exam, please don't worry. If it worked for all of those people, it definitely can work for you. So with that in mind, if you think this content can help you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can pass your exam as soon as possible. Okay, first up, habit number 1 is daily reading practice. If you really want to guarantee that you have the highest score possible, you have to be able to read and comprehend what you read, because this just helps everything. For example, it helps your reading comprehension, it helps your vocabulary, it helps your understanding. And if you really think about it, if you can read something and understand it well, when you listen to it, you will be able to understand that just that much quicker. So reading just a little bit every day, maybe about 30 minutes, will help in every aspect of the TOEFL exam. So with that in mind, here are some ideas of what you can read. First of all, maybe you can read some news articles, and really, there's a variety of things that you can choose from that you can read. For example, you can read books, maybe find something that you really enjoy, whether that be historical, maybe it's fiction, or maybe it could even be a self-help book that can help you to think about what you really want to do. The point of this is that you will be exposed to different types of styles, different types of structure, vocabulary that you're not used to. And definitely, if you see something that you don't know, write it down, and you're going to notice something. The more that you read and the more that you write something down that you don't know, you're going to notice that as time goes, you're writing less and less. Why? Because you will understand everything that you're reading. So you can obviously choose any book that you feel is best for you. But if you're looking for a free resource that can help you out, maybe some news articles about different topics and subjects that are interesting, I recommend going to ingu.com. It's completely free. You can go to the section where it says daily news. This is a super cool website because they upload the information daily and it's relevant about what's going on right now. Just go in there, choose the level that you're on or the level that you want to be on, and read any news article about that. So don't sleep on daily reading, give it a shot and you'll see how it makes a difference. Okay, moving on to habit number 2, which is listening to English media. This can be anything from an audiobook, it can be a podcast, or it can even be news programs every day. The point is, when you listen to English media every day, you're being exposed to different accents, different types of intonations, tones, and your ear gets adjusted to it, but not just your ear. When you start to speak, you're going to notice that your accent is going to be a lot more native. When people hear you speak, they're going to say, "Oh wow, you sound like you're from the States." Or they might even say, "How'd you get your accent so neutral?" But really, the main benefit is that you will improve your listening. So why don't you try this? Listening to something for about 15 to 20 minutes every day, and you will be very surprised about how good your English skills are later. There are many things that you can do. What I always recommend everyone that asks me is maybe just go to TED Ed right here on YouTube. The reason I really love TED Ed is because there are so many different subjects that they talk about on TED Ed, and it's really made for you. It's made for students who want to pass a different exam and to get a high score. So if you follow that route, maybe try this suggestion out. The first time that you listen to it, watch the video and listen to the videos with subtitles. Every word that you don't know, you have the subtitle right there. So translate that word into your language to make sure that you understood what they're talking about. Then after the video's done, listen to it again and watch the video, but without the subtitles. You're going to notice that the second time that you watched that video, you understood a whole lot more than the first time. You might even understand the whole thing. If you do that every day, there's no way that your listening won't improve. Almost every TOEFL student that I've taught that followed that method jumped 7 points in their listening score in just 3 months. So definitely give it some thought. Now let's talk about habit number 3, speaking practice. Everyone knows that it's impossible to pass the TOEFL exam if you don't know how to speak, and let alone if you plan to go to a different country that they only speak English and it's difficult for you to be able to communicate. We all know that inside, when you want to speak to someone, you get nervous and that can affect the way that we deliver our message. or that can affect the way that we talk to someone, or we might not even want to talk because we feel a little bit nervous about what we're going to say. So definitely practicing beforehand will help you to calm those nerves, and you will feel ready to be able to do that. So what can you do? Engage in conversation. Nowadays, we're in 2024. There's so many different ways that you can talk to other people. There's social media apps, there are exchange apps that you can talk to other people for free. Or maybe in your country, there are some local meetup groups. Maybe you can meet a couple of your friends or other people that want to speak in English. Just sit down, and that day you only speak in English to make sure that your accent improves and you build up that confidence. But we also know that if you really want to improve your fluency the best and your accent the most, if you can, it's better to speak to a native speaker. And if it's really in your possibilities, it's better to talk to a native teacher, because they can hear your accent, they can give you corrections, and they can really guide you in the way that you need to go. But there is one thing that I don't recommend that you do. Maybe you've heard this before. Some people say that you should just stand in front of a mirror and talk to yourself, hoping that magically your accent and your speech will get better. I don't really recommend just talking to a mirror in front of yourself, because how will you get better that way? If you're going to practice alone, it's better that you shadow someone that you know has an accent that's neutral, that's the accent that you want, and that actually speaks 100% fluent English, because that's the way you can improve. We don't have the website up yet, but we will have it up very soon. And I will make sure that I have all of the TOEFL answers ready for you. So you can just sit down for free and you can shadow everything that I say, and you can leave feedback for something that you don't understand, and I will definitely be there to help you out. And definitely, if you need a one-on-one class, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be here whenever you need me. All right, now let's explore habit number 4. And this one involves structured writing exercises. If you're going to pass the TOEFL exam, you have to know exactly what you're going to write. You have to have confidence to be able to answer any TOEFL question that comes up. So the beauty of practicing your writing for TOEFL is that you're practicing your writing in general. So maybe the first couple of times, I don't recommend timing yourself. Really just familiarize yourself with how TOEFL actually expects you to write, understand the templates and the structure that they want, so that you can have confidence to be able to adjust that to your style and write the best essay possible. This is where vocabulary can definitely help you to have at least 4 extra points higher than what you normally would. If you're already practicing your listening, if you're already practicing your reading, and you're practicing your speaking, your vocabulary should already be high. And those words that you've been practicing, they're gonna come out in your writing. So definitely don't freak out. If you have any questions about how to do the writing section, please check the link in the description for resources and templates of how to do it, the free vocabulary book, and don't forget to check out our video on the topic right here on YouTube. So in summary, the more you practice, the better your writing will become. Finally, we have habit number 5, and those are mock tests. A lot of those you can do by yourself. The only one that you probably can't really do by yourself is the speaking one. But the reading, the listening, and the writing, really, you can time yourself and you can get it checked by someone just to make sure that you got the highest score possible. This is such an important process of preparing for TOEFL, because you really want to build up your endurance to be able to take all 4 sections in a row before you take the exam. You can also become familiar with the test format, and it's going to reduce your anxiety, because when you take the exam, you'll say, well, I did this a million times, so I'm ready for this. Now, the speaking part is a little bit more tricky in order to practice like a mock exam, but you could record your voice with the same circumstances as the real exam, and you could just maybe cut out the video of you speaking and listen to the sample videos that we already have right here on YouTube or our website, and you can just check to see exactly how good yours was, did you follow the template correctly, things like that. But really, for the speaking section, to get the highest score possible, you will need a teacher to be able to see exactly how good you're doing, to give you the best advice possible. But we know that everybody's circumstances are different. So at the end of the day, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the better you will be. And when you're done with all of that, just go ahead and make sure that you look for different ways that you can improve. Just a little bit each time is something that will help you to get the best score possible. Okay, guys. Follow through with those 5 habits, and I promise you that you will be a better person when you're done than when you started.